Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to open our eyes. Good morning, welcome in. We're doing today's daily boost. Let me do a sound check here on the YouTubes. I am waiting for it to pop up to show that I am live. And here we go. And let's see. Sounds good. All right. Perfect. And welcome in Instagram. I am going to be just sharing this here and then we'll get going. So y'all know that Saturdays are a rest day for Love and Action Network. And so I do a short boost on Saturdays, but still close us off and introduce next week's theme. If you have never seen me before, I'm Tara Priolo. I am your resident white-facing biracial multi-passionate musician. And I talk about the ish that nobody wants to talk about and push you to do the same. And today I'm doing Love and Action Network's Daily Boost with Crown Chakra Saturday. We will also be finishing off the theme of this week, which is laughter in the Melody Beatty, and introducing next week's. Love and Action Network is a space where we encourage, equip, and empower you to put your love in action, however that manifests for you. How do you put your love in action, and how can we assist in that need, right? So I'm only going to be here for a short time. We're going to break into some black liturgies. Then we will do the crown chakra. Then we will do, I got it. Then we will do, it's going to come to me. Then we'll do Melody Beatty. And then we will be out of here after I do the events for the week, for next week. And just a reminder, we have multiple practitioners here at Love and Action Network. All of us have different specialties, but make sure that you are signed up for the Substack, where you can get all of the daily boost replays from Dr. Flo to Papi Wata and Starlight to Caden or a lot of Snacks 5. And then, of course, me, I am here with you right now. So let's get this party rolling. Let me share my screen for those of you over on YouTube. Black liturgies. Yes. Okay. So the caption says collective care. And in light of what has happened the last couple days in Love and Action Network with Dr. Flo, our CEO, I think that collective care is so important. We cannot build our own churches without community. We cannot build our own safe spaces without community. And collective care is the base of community, right? So here we go. Don't demand somebody else's exhaustion because you're exhausted. We have to want care and rest for others as much as we want it for ourselves. Refuse to welcome people into the same chains that hold you. We get free together. I'm going to read that one more time. Don't demand somebody else's exhaustion because you're exhausted. We have to want care and rest for others as much as we want it for ourselves. Refuse to welcome people into the same chains that hold you. We get free together. That's by Cole Arthur Riley, who is the creator of this account, and she has a book of the same name. There is no end to what a living world will demand of you. It's by Octavia Butler. There is no end to what a living world will demand of you. Octavia Butler. Go to church in that cloud of weariness, not go home and lay those tortured bones in a feather bed. That's by Maya Angelou. Those are questions. Go to church in that cloud of weariness, not go home and lay those tortured bones in a feather bed. What are we doing here? An advocation for rest. I'm sorry about that. That's not my dog. It's somebody else's dog barking. All right, here's the inhale, exhale. If you all want more breathing exercises, you can either join Dr. Flo and I on the first Tuesdays of the month for masterclasses, where we do vocal masterclasses, or you can join Waiting to Exhale, where they do breathing exercises. We need more chefs in the community, yes. That's from Snacks, where they do breathing exercises each time. I believe that Waiting to Exhale is Wednesdays and Sundays now. And there is a brand new offering on Friday evenings for you. That happens over on TikTok. So here we go. Inhale. We've given enough. Exhale. We will not be owned. Ooh, child. Listen, I didn't read that before I did that. All right, breathe in. We've given enough. Exhale. We will not be owned. Oh, y'all, I do that almost every time. I clicked too far. All right, here's another one. Inhale. Exhaustion won't save us. Exhale. I reclaim a sacred rest. Inhale. Exhaustion won't save us. Exhale. I reclaim a sacred rest. She's always juicy. Okay, contemplate. What expectations do you have of your community that you yourself has experienced as a burden? I'll read it one more time. What expectations do you have of your community that you yourself have experienced as a burden? How do you contribute to the exhaustion of the world? Oof. Oof. How do you contribute to the exhaustion of the world? Mm. Last two questions. Who in your life do you resent for resting well? How will you resist envy and join them? How will you resist envy and join them? Remember, we have to refuel and we have to only allow others to take from our overflow as opposed to taking from our principle, right? And so we need rest. And I can tell you there are a number of people in the world that resent me for having boundaries on my email inbox or my phone. I do not answer the phone at 8 p.m. on a Saturday night. I do not respond to your email at 8 p.m. on a Saturday night. I do not answer your email at 3 in the morning. I am not available to you during my periods of rest. There's a lot of people, and Dr. Flo talked about this week. There's a lot of people that resent Dr. Flo for doing more with less. Who in your life do you resent for doing more with less? Who in your life do you resent for resting well? Right? The idea of hustle culture, the idea of hustle culture is a capitalistic one. And you know where I'm going with this. I'm going straight to the supremacy discussion. The idea that we have to run ourselves ragged and never rest is the thing that keeps us in this circle. The idea that we should be so tired and suffer so much is the thing that keeps us here in the status quo of white supremacy and white supremacist delulu. Activists, light workers, healers, creatives, artists, you must rest. How are the people in Palestine still living amongst a famine, an enforced famine, eating grass and dirt? Mhm. They might not have much overflow, but because they have collective care as a community, some of them are resting. And when those people are resting, the other people are fighting, and then they swap. So, who in your life do you resent for resting well? And how can you join them? And this first question is an interesting question, too. What expectations do you have of your community that you yourself have experienced as a burden? Right? Do you have an expectation that everyone around you should do the same things as you just because you suffered for it? I've talked about this before, but I came across this discussion a few years ago on Clubhouse. And they were talking about children's choir and talking about how to get kids to learn their part. And I suggested that maybe we shouldn't be cruel to kids. Maybe we should learn through delight and positivity as opposed to learning through suffering or being kicked out of the room. And all these people had this expectation that because they went through it, because they went through the suffering, right? Because they went through the suffering, that they, the kids, the next generation, should also have to suffer simply because they experienced it as a burden, right? Lots to think about in that post. Your exhaustion won't save us. Working yourself down to the bone, even if it's for a good cause. No, we would like to stay in the call. Thank you. Right? Even if you're working down to the bone for a cause, exhaustion won't save us. It won't make the cause go any further. It won't help the people that you're trying to pull in, right? This is why physical self-care is so important. Is so important because exhaustion won't save us. Don't demand somebody else's exhaustion because you're exhausted. This is the same as whatever you're feeling, if it is an uncomfortable emotion, why do you need people to come down into that emotion with you instead of you rising up? When will you rise? Right? Just because you're exhausted. This is like in high school when friend groups get in fights and it's like, well, I don't like Jimmy now and you can't like Jimmy either, right? Why are we doing that to each other? Why don't we just let that exhausted person breathe? And if we're the ones that are exhausted, let's go take a nap. Let's take a pause, right? Let's take a pause. Okay. I'm going to move into the crown chakra. Y'all know where this is. I will be checking comments. Y'all know where this is. Crown chakra is the top of your dome. Okay. It's the connection with your spirit. Connection with your spirit. The color of the day is purple. Find some purple in your room and see what word resonates with you most when you look at that purple. Wisdom, tranquility, intuition, royalty, respect, regality, or important figure energy. Purple exists as just a color, but it cannot be active until you choose to be active with it, right? We've been talking about that. We've been talking about that a lot. The choice to be active, right? The choice to be active. Now, it's beautiful outside in Minnesota today, or at least in the Twin Cities. So the food of the day is fresh air, sunlight, nature, and water. I will be going to the grocery store, not the grocery store. I'll be going to a couple different stores later today, and I'm excited to get out and do a little movement in the sun at my 9 months pregnant. You know, because it's supposed to be 60 today. It's very nice outside today. If you are a crystal person, again, I am not a crystal person, but if you have a pet rock familia, maybe these crystals will help you align with your crown chakra. You can use selenite, labradorite, moonstone, amethyst, and clear quartz. Okay, we already talked about where it is. It's on the top of your dome. All right. If you are imbalanced in your crown chakra, you have an enemy of your own thoughts. You're overwhelmed with thoughts. You're uncomfortable with higher power. You're anxious. You're fearful. You're depressed, and you're unsatisfied. All of these things, again, can be passing emotions, but it's when you get stuck in these spaces and unable to move forward that it starts to become imbalanced, right? So I want to touch today on the uncomfortable with higher power, because I think there's a lot of people in the world that are deconstructing and decolonizing and realizing that perhaps Jesus was just a man, and a brown man, and a radical man, and perhaps that we are all God's children. Perhaps, right? So higher power doesn't have to be God. It doesn't have to be Allah. It doesn't have to be any of those other names. It doesn't have to be an idol, right? Higher power can be a sense. It can be a sensation. And that sensation, I would argue, is trust in yourself. Aligned with higher power is trust in yourself. So when you are unable to sit still, be still and know, right? When you are unable to be still and know, or when you are unable to rest, you may not trust yourself. Dr. Flo was talking about this a lot the last couple days on his lives. You may not be able to trust yourself, and that is why you are unable to move forward. And if we are unable to trust ourselves, then we are unable to trust other people. And if we are unable to trust other people, then certainly we cannot trust a higher power. Right? So how do you trust yourself a little bit more? Self-care, self-love, a radical belief in yourself. All of that can be cultivated. The good news about all of this is either it's a tool or it's a skill that you can build. That's the good news about all of this emotional, mental health, self-care work. It's all just skills or tools to build the skill, right? How do you build trust? You practice building trust, right? If you are aligned in your crown chakra, you are blissful, whole, you know you reflect divinity, you can see beauty in the world, and you are optimistic. I'm going to change one of those. That you know you are divine. You know you are divine and worthy, right? It's not even a reflection of it. You just know that you are divine. You just know. Or that important figure energy in the color purple, right? You know. You can see the beauty of the world. You can see the grass, right? You can see the trees growing. You can see the bunny in the yard that I have, who I think is is going to have babies, but the bunny has moved to the side of the house now. So I don't really know where her babies are, but I'm pretty sure that she has babies. All right. And if you trust yourself, right? If you trust yourself, then you're able to be whole and you can sit in that wholeness. And good morning, Lola. How are you? I see you over there. Again, everything's just a skill. So here's a skill. What do you understand or know? That's the affirmation of today. I didn't even check if the affirmation went up today. What do you understand or know? I know that I trust. I know that I move at the speed of trust. I know that I trust that everything will be done in its own time. I know that I can do almost anything that I put my mind to. I know that I can encourage. I know that I am a great facilitator and voice. I know that um, my life's work is important. And I know that people who come across me feel that. Right? Okay. Moving on. Melody Beatty. Where are you, Melody? Melody, come to me, please. There she is. Okay, so Melody Beatty, we're going to read out of the 52 Weeks of Conscious Contact. This is a book that is part of the 12-step tradition, but it can apply to anything. It can apply to anything. So this week we have been on week 14, I believe, laughter. Oh, next week's going to be good. I just saw the theme. So anyway, this week we've been talking about laughter all week. Last week we talked about crazy people making us crazy, child. And I will introduce the next week soon. We are making good time. Good time. I got to find the right page. So every day of the week, there is a different sort of, there is, an application, a challenge, an inventory focus, an action, a gratitude focus, and a prayer. So today is going to be the prayer. Bring your own belief. That's what we believe around here. Bring your own belief. You don't have to believe the same things that we believe. In fact, some of us don't even believe in certain religions or God or higher power at all. That would be me. Hello. Welcome to it. So anyway, if that word is in there, replace it with love, replace it with higher power, replace it with Allah, whatever feels good to you. And glean what you want to glean. You can use the comment section. You can use a notes app. You can use your journal, whatever works for you. Again, we offer the tools. You use the tools or other tools, and you build the skills that you need to have a happy, healthy, and free of all suffering life. Okay, so this week's theme was laughter again. We are on day 7. Sometimes people don't get our one-liners. Sometimes they do and just frown with a disapproving look that makes us cringe. Sometimes we laugh at the wrong time or wrong place. But please don't stop laughing. We need all the help we can get to remember to laugh and to smile. This latches into what I was talking about in Black liturgies earlier, right? That if you are the person that is in an uncomfortable emotion, why are you trying to drag other people into that uncomfortable emotion? Right? We need all the help we can get to remember to laugh and to smile, especially in this world, especially in the trauma that we live through literally every day during live stream genocides, during live stream absolute terrors, during times when we do not care about other people, when the world has trained out of us so explicitly and so exactingly, right? That we barely even see each other. We barely even listen to each other. There's no community. There's no communal spaces anymore where people get to come and laugh and smile, right? We have to remember to laugh and have joy. Joy is the revolution. I can't say it enough. I can't stop saying it. Joy is the revolution. So you got to remember to laugh and to smile. And how are you helping your community or the people that are around you living with you remember that it's okay to laugh and to smile right now, even when you are grieving, right? I want you to think about for a second at a funeral or a celebration of life and how sometimes it's really awkward, right? To be the person that wants to tell a positive story. I remember at my uncle's funeral, one of the things was that he was a burper. He burped all the time. And, I was young. I was like 10 and um, I really wanted to bring that story up, but I also had been told like you have to act a certain way, right? To act a certain way at a funeral, it's got to be somber. Got to be somber. But why does it have to be somber? Y'all, if I go, celebrate me with laughter and joy. If and when I go, if y'all are still here, child. And I brought it up finally at the dinner afterwards, the story of him burping, right? And everybody got a laugh. And suddenly the room was not so unbearable to be in. Suddenly the room was light and joyful, like him. And that's a lesson. There's a lesson in there somewhere. Let me continue reading this because I'm not done. There's one more sentence. Sometimes when I go to sleep at night, I swear I hear cherubs giggling. I don't know what you're hearing. I hope you don't have some poltergeists in your house, Melody. That's interesting. I did used to have a ghost in my house named Bob. I took off my cardigan and now I'm cold, y'all. All right. Last thing, prayer. Please grant me a sense of humor. Send me something or someone special to make me smile. Send me something or someone special to make me smile. How many of y'all laugh at yourselves? How many of y'all? How many of y'all have a good enough inner monologue, right? That doesn't get detracted into ego or into the inner critic. How many of y'all have enough inner harmony, crown chakraness to laugh at yourself, right? And not even just like when you do something dumb or silly, right? How many of y'all laugh at yourself every day? How many of y'all laugh with yourself every day? Yes, snacks. Yes, yes. How many of y'all laugh every day at or with yourself? It is so important to laugh, right? So you don't even need something or someone. You can laugh with yourself. You are the only one that can make you happy. So I disagree a little bit with Melody here because at the end of the day, yeah, sure, someone else can make you laugh. Yeah, sure, something can happen that's funny. But at the end of the day, if you're not letting that laughter fill your heart and fill your person, what good is it? What good is your laughter if it doesn't touch your heart? What good is your laughter if it doesn't touch your head? What good is your laughter? Right? Mm. All right. Let me introduce next week. I did do the I know and the I understand. I did do that today. I missed it the other day. Where did it go? Where'd the beady go? There's the beady. Okay. Week 15 is perfect for love and action. Perfect for love and action. Week 15 in the beady this week, starting tomorrow with Poppy and Starlight over on TikTok. I believe at 1:30 Eastern time. 1:30 Eastern time. I'm pretty confident in that. We'll verify in a second. Is Lovability. What do we say around here? Everybody is loved and lovable. All are welcome, right? So week 15 is lovability. Lovability. All right. We'll see where she takes that because that could go multiple places. Like I'm not gonna speculate. Y'all just gotta come. Y'all just gotta come back. Okay. Let's go to lovedandlovable.org and check our events for the week. Look at us staying on time mostly. All right. So if you go to lovedandlovable.org, you will find a beautiful little page here. You can join our membership. We'll talk about that at the end. But if you scroll down a little bit, you're going to see our events. These are our regular events. We host at least, at least 7, but like a lot. There's a lot of events every week. Okay. So definitely 15 plus hours of recorded content. You can find that over on Substack. But I'm going to go down these really quick. So right now, y'all are sitting in the Daily Boost with me, Tara Priolo. Okay. Tomorrow, I believe that the Concert of Hope, just stay tuned, folks. If you're in the Halo, you'll get the notifications. If you RSVP on the Simple Ticks, which is where we are, then you'll get notifications from that as well. That is at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Then, like I said, we have Waiting to Exhale / the Daily Boost at 1:30 Eastern time. And then Monday, Dr. Flo is back on Mondays and Tuesdays for the Daily Boost. Wednesdays, I skipped over a whole bunch of Tuesday night stuff. Sorry. Tuesday night, Dr. Flo and I will be doing a Deconstruction Junction masterclass. That is at 7:45 Eastern. It is donation based, so you can come for free 99 if you would like to. Then the late night sax taping. This is moving a little bit to 8:15 p.m. I teach a student right after the masterclass with Dr. Flo and in between, so we are doing that. Wednesdays, I am back with Heart Chakra Wednesday, and then we also have a Concert of Hope and Waiting to Exhale on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are very busy. Thursdays and Fridays, we slow it down a little bit with snacks with Throat Chakra Thursday and Third Eye Chakra Friday. And then, of course, I am back next Saturday, provided that this child does not come before that. I'm trying to make it at least 15 more days, folks, at least 15 more days, which is wild. So yes, so next Saturday, I will be back at this time to run another Daily Boost Crown Chakra Day with you. If you would like to join our membership, again, lovedandlovable.org, you're going to click on membership at the top of the page. You can join us over in our exclusive VIP membership, which is free to join over on Halo. You can join our community chats. We have a ton of them. We talk about everything under the sun. Again, my branding slipping in here. We have a Team Better chat where we do have a singer-songwriter. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, you all, I think, know that most of us are theater kids, if not singers, yada, yada, yada. And then you can also sign up for the Substack here in the membership section. So there is that, the rundown of events / how to join us. Again, lovedandlovable.org. All right, let's finish it out here. You can find more about me at tarapriolo.com/links. I finished recording my second album yesterday, so now it just needs to be mixed and mastered. I am so excited. So y'all will be hearing more about that very soon. And so join me over there. Join me on my email list. Join me. Join me on Instagram, all my places. You can find Love in Action Network on virtually every platform. It will either be Love in Action Network or Love in Action Net. Please join us. Please follow all of our practitioners who you can find on our website. We do also do game nights on Friday nights, et cetera, et cetera. There's so much stuff. Y'all just get in the Halo. It's free. We're here to encourage, equip, and empower you to put your love in action and grow your dream. It's literally all we're here for. Okay. So for now, continue to be anti-racist, be safe, wear a mask, make good trouble and lots of it. Ceasefire now. Do good work. I love y'all hardcore. You are loved and lovable, and nobody can change that, not even you. I'll see y'all around the network. Bye-bye.